Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We welcome everybody. It is our homecoming Shabbat. And so we wear our favorite colors, our favorite schools, or our favorite teams. It's always an honor. It's become our tradition to have the Fromson Five up on the bima. They make it to five one way or another. You'll see. It's a little different this year. But we are thrilled representing this year Hallie, Indiana, Noah, Northwestern. Brett went all the way back to high school.
Oh yeah,
with his U.S. sweatshirt. And Cantor Cathy, of course, representing that school from up north that I know many of you. And this year, I had to change it up, even though I am a very proud graduate of Miami University. I think I know. I had to go with the Atlanta Braves because when the Braves win the World Series, at my fun little story, my bar mitzvah, we planned my bar mitzvah like everybody, obsessively. What happens? The Braves are in the World Series, 1992. Nobody cared about my bar mitzvah. The World Series was on, and they all watched it in the corner of the party. So when they win the World Series, they get a little bit of an honor at Shabbat. We also have a number of guests here from out of town. I know I met some of our friends from out of town earlier. Anybody want to introduce themselves? We don't force you to, but we welcome you. No? Any other new people here for the first time? Lily here for the very first time. I think she was here before, she just wasn't born yet. So welcome, everybody. We'll light our candles on page 2 in our prayer books.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Page 13, we share the words of Shiru Ladonai, followed by the words of L'chadodi, as we welcome Shabbat in song.
I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru Adonai, unto God a new song. Echadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Echadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Echadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Echadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela.
Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, Hishmi'anu el hamichad, Adonai echad, U'shemo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'lethilah. Echadodi likrat kala,
Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Echadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, Ki makor habaracha, Merosh mikedem nasucha, Sof ma'aseh b'mashcha b'tchila.
Echadodi likrat kala,
Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Echadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, kiva orech kumi ori, uri, uri, shir daberi, kavod Adonai ayalech nigla.
Echadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela.
Echadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Please rise and face the entrance to our sanctuary or to your home.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala, Kam b'simcha u'v'tzola, Toch emunei am segula, Boi chala, boi chala.
Echadodi likrat kala,
Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Echadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Please join us in the Hatzi Kaddish, page 26. Yikadav, yikadash, Shemei Rabbah, Ve'almad yivrach yirutei b'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayedecha be'Yisrael. Ba'agala, ba'agala, uv'izman kariv, ve'imeru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevarach, Le'alam o'almei almaya yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnasi, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, Shemei d'kudesh barichu, Le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma, v'yimeru, amen.
Representing one of the soon-to-be two schools to beat Michigan this year, we invite A.J. Westman of Michigan State to our bima to make the Fromson 5 as we turn to page 28 for our Baruch Hu.
la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Please join me at the top of page 31. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv, Aravim.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivud Malachutu Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated. And join us in our interpretation of the Via Hafta.
You who are on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, their father's help did slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picks, the one you'll know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry, so just look at them and sigh, and know they love you. You of tender years can't know the fears that your elders grew by, and so please help them with your youth. They seek the truth before they can die. Teach your parents well, their children's hell will slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picks, the one you'll know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry, so just look at them and sigh, and know they love you. right, hello everybody. My name is Brett Fromson, and I have been here before, and I love coming back from Los Angeles. And at one point, this lovely congregation hosted myself and my friend Josh Goldberg, who is studying to be a cantor, and Brock Pollock, who grew up at this temple, and his grandfather helped build this wonderful sanctuary. And when we were in town, we sang some of Josh's original Jewish music. So I work in Los Angeles as a song leader at a lot of different Jewish places, and this is one of the songs that and prayers that I've always loved to do. So this is his Micha Mocha, and we are going to try it, and you'll just catch on. I think you'll like it. Starts with the Hebrew. Micha Mocha, Micha Mocha, Micha Mocha.
Who is like you, Adonai?
And we say, who is like you, O great and mighty?
Who is like you, great and mighty one?
Creator of the sun.
Who is like you, creator of the sun?
Lighting up the sky.
Who is like you, lighting up the sky? Who is like you, Adonai?
No Ratehilo, oh Sefele. You brought us out of Egypt, opened up the sea, walked across and we were free. Hebrew or English. Who is like you, great and mighty one? Who is like you, creator of the sun? Who is like you, lighting up the sky?
Who is like you, Adonai?
Malechutecha ra'u vanecha, bokeh yam lifnei Moshe uMiriam. Zeli yandu ve'yamaru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Micha Mocha,
Micha Mocha, Micha Mocha, Micha
lighting up the sky. Who is like you, Adonai?
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai?
Josh is going to be very happy that we sung his melody, and thank you so much for entertaining it. Hopefully you can add it to the temple repertoire.
For Micha Mocha, our declaration of awe, we go to Hashkivenu, page 42 in our prayer books, our declaration of need for help when moments become fearful, when the day turns to night, when we kiss the heads of our children, of our family, and wish for them a peaceful evening. Hashkivenu, may we find that sense of peace on this evening, page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlom lecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlom lecha.
Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night. just God, wrong from right. Oh, Adonai. Amen. Amen, amen. Amen, amen, amen. Oh, Adonai. Amen. Amen, amen. Amen, amen, amen. Oh, Adonai.
All right. Amen. Am I doing this?
In an envelope marked personal, God addressed me a letter, and so too. In these words, we mark personal. We give our answer as we turn to the words of the Amidah, our most personal prayers, and yet our prayers that ask us to walk back through the generations of our family. All the way back thousands of years as we call upon those fathers and mothers who became grandparents and great-grandparents, walking our way all the way up to the present so that we can offer the words of our own hearts as part of our Amidah. Page 46, please rise as we focus on these words, reaching back and reaching into the present.
Just take it off.
Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei Benehem, V'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol atah Rav LaHoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechakel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Nopnim V'Rofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umidam Elach, Melech Meimitu Mechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol.
Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim b'chol yom yehallelujah selah, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. Page 57. You are with us in our prayer, our love and our doubt, and our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers, and we pray there may we find you, and find courage and insight and endurance. So let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadecha b'yirah na'avod. Page 60, our prayer that the greatest source of peace find its way to our world.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam
ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. כי אתה הוא מלך הדור לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך הדור לכל השלום. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. בטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Take a moment to add our own personal words, our silent prayers, to the conclusion of our Amidah.
עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום,
יעשה שלום,
שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו.
עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עושה שלום ממרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו.
Shabbat Shalom. It won't surprise anyone that throughout the centuries, not only have the Jewish people argued with each other, but we argue with our neighbors. And there's a story told about a time in which the Jews of Italy were arguing with their Catholic neighbors as to who deserved to be there more. And so they decided to have a formal debate between the greatest rabbi of Italy and the Pope. There was just one problem. The Pope spoke Latin and the rabbi spoke Yiddish. So it was a silent debate. But that also means I can recount the whole thing to you. So here's what they say happened. On the day in which they met, they sat opposite each other. The Pope raised his hand. He showed 3 fingers. The rabbi looked back. He raised 1 finger and shook it at the Pope. But the Pope had a comeback. He waved his finger around his head, to which the rabbi responded by taking his finger and pointing to the ground where he sat. So the Pope brought out some show and tell, a communion wafer and a chalice of wine. The rabbi pulled out an apple. With that, the Pope stood up and declared himself beaten. He said that the rabbi was too clever. Later, the cardinals met with the Pope and asked him what on earth had happened. The Pope said, "Well, I held up 3 fingers to represent the Trinity." But the rabbi responded by holding up a single finger, shaking it to remind me that there is still only one God common to both of us. So I waved my finger around my head to show him that God is all around us. And he responded by pointing to the ground and saying, "But God is also right here before us." So I pulled out the wine and the wafer to show the rabbi that God absolves us of all of our sins. But he had me. He pulled out an apple to remind me of the original sin. He beat me at every move I could not continue. And so I gave up. But meanwhile, across town, the Jewish community gathered to ask the rabbi how he had won. "I have no clue," he said. First, he told me that we had 3 days to get out of town, so I shook my finger at him. I said, "We're not leaving." Then he tells me the whole country would be cleared of Jews. I told him, "We're staying right here." Then what happened? "I don't really understand it," said the rabbi. "He took out his lunch, so I took out mine." I share this because it's fun, because it reminds us that we have coexisted for a very long time, but also because this year, unlike, I believe, last year, this year we have a true holiday sandwich. Thanksgiving led into Shabbat, leads into Hanukkah, and then a little over a week after Hanukkah, Christmas will begin. And this, I believe, Kwanzaa is right after Christmas, followed by our secular New Year. And so there is this sandwich. Secular holidays on the end, religious holidays all nicely separated this year, nothing overlapping. And it gives us a great opportunity. We don't have to compete this year. We get to have our Thanksgiving, we get to have our Hanukkah, we get to celebrate Christmas with our friends and family, we get to celebrate New Year's. We can celebrate each other's holidays, we can be together in whatever way possible these days, and perhaps most importantly, above all else, we can eat together. And when we eat together, whatever that food is, we find we can coexist quite well. Earlier today, we found out that we lost the great Stephen Sondheim at 91 years old, I believe. And because tonight is about coming together, because tonight is about showing our different team colors, unifying in all of our different spirits. Even though I see many of you chose to wear the football team that follows our family name, which I appreciate. We come together as one, and because we have wonderful, brilliant musicians who can learn something on the drive from Cleveland to Akron, will share these words fitting to the message as well of this night for us by Stephen Sondheim, It Takes Two.
Are you on this one? I'm on this one? Yeah. Learn is a relative term. Let's see how this goes.
It takes two. I thought one was enough. It's not true. It takes two of us. You came through. When the journey was rough, it took you. It took two of us. It takes care. It takes patience and fear and despair to change, though you swear to change. Who can tell if you do? It takes two.
Just a snippet.
Page 253 in our prayer books. We extend that message as we extend our prayers to those who are in need of healing. The words of Misha Berach will invite all of you here and at home to share the names of any of those who you wish to reach out to in this moment to offer them strength as we wish for them refuah shlema, a full sense of healing.
מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. And let us say, Amen.
If there's a name you'd like to share, please feel free to say it aloud. Sissy Hoffman.
Misheberach Ivotenu Mikor habracha Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Please turn to page 282 for Aleinu. And please rise. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latikru la liotzer breshit, shelo asanu k'guye haratzot, velo samanu k'mishbechor adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo Ushemo
Please be seated. It's a fearful thing to love what death can touch. It's a fearful thing to hope and dream and to lose. A thing for fools, we would say. And yet, we admit that it is a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me. Your laugh once lifted me. Your word was a gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. And so we remind ourselves that it is a human thing to love, and it is a holy thing to love what death has touched. Continue to take note of the fact that we have lost a lot of people recently. In this last month, Stanford Regal, Jerry Reven, Lisi Calderon, Gerard Diddy, Rose Reagan, Stanley Marks, Christina Hoffman, Henry Zachengo, Estelle Kaufman, Sidney Dambrot, and Benjamin Richmond. Some of these members of our congregation, some relatives in other cities, some friends. And yet, on these days in which the holidays dot our calendar, we also are reminded of those people who sat next to us during holiday meals. And so we remember those that we have lost at this time in seasons past. Richard Allen Barnett, Mary Capper Berry, Mary Bellin, Fanny Belsky, Jerome M. Brown, Beatrice Bucksbaum, Sam Farber, Harvey Fortnoff, Nathan Frank, Alan A. Friedman, Marcus Grunwald, Michael Jacobs, Ira Kay, Victor Clayton Kelly, Eugene Kodish, Helen Ethel Coltnow, Sylvia Lapidus, Mildred Lieb, William Lieb, Nora V. Leopold, Mary Lubin, Bert W. Marks, Jr., Becky Newman, Charles Nussenow, Hal Pressman, George Reven, Ruth S. Rose, Marvin Rosenfeld, Beryl Rothschild, Saul Sachs, David Schaefer, Felice Schaefer, Betty Schlitt, Paul Schweibel, Nechama Schneider, Ruth Sider, Julie Sturman, Sarah Rose Topper, Albert Weisberger, Thomas G. West, Esther Weiner, Cecilia Wolfand, and Marvin E. Wolfson. If there are names I mispronounced or names you'd like to share, please share them now. We rise as we share the words of on page 294 of Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam almei almaya, yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tush b'chata v'nechamata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Having connected with those that we've loved and lost, we now offer this blessing, connecting to each other, the words of the priests. May God bless you and keep you. May God's presence be with you and be gracious unto you. With the relationships of your life before you, may you feel God's presence within you, and may you find peace. Please remain standing as we raise a glass to Kiddush and Motzi and begin our Shabbat evening.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvato v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodesho v'yahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher letziat mitzrayim. Kivanu v'acharta, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon, hinchatanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh hashabbat, amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Please be seated as we'll invite our co-president, Andrew Meerman, to share a couple announcements with us.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody, here tonight and online. Time flies tonight when you're having fun, I guess. Can't believe I'm coming up here this quickly. Thank you very much to the Thompson family of 5. Thank you very much. It was a beautiful addition to our Shabbat service. I really, truly appreciate it. And I have about a half a dozen announcements, so bear with me here. Join us next Friday for a family-friendly Hanukkah Rock Shabbat. So more music, more fun at 6:15. And then on your way out, there's going to be an oneg to go. It's going to be jelly donuts. So I ruined the surprise, but that's what it is. Then we have on Zoom a Jewish-Muslim dialogue session on December 9th at 7 p.m. I'm sure we'll be sending out an email for a link on that. Then on December the 10th, the elementary school-age children will have their own special junior congregation during Shabbat service. We did that in the month of November, and it worked out real well. So if you have elementary school-age children, please come, and everybody in the congregation is also welcomed for the regular Shabbat. Thursday, December 16th, Sisterhood's having an event downtown Akron for the Art Museum. So it's a 2-hour limited time for expositions down there. I'm sure you get a hold of Sisterhood for that. And finally, Acme Community Cashback. So if you have Acme receipts, please get them to the office by January 7th, because we make money on that. So if you shop at Acme, all it is I'm not sure if we can email them to you, but we might need the originals. But we could find that out and ask Kylie. But if you're shopping anyway, it's a way to make money. So Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you.
So some of you may know I've probably made this announcement before at this time, but it's a good one to make, which is some of you grew up or may remember, we don't often do this tune, but the part of Aleinu, Shehuno Teshamayim. Shehuno Teshamayim ve'yosef. Yeah, sort of familiar?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, they think that tune did not come from Moses, but rather from a football team in Brooklyn who had a great fight song, and all of the Jews in Brooklyn loved it, so they added it to the Aleinu. On Homecoming Shabbat, we have a slightly different tradition, which is we play very fair, and we close with Adon Olam to both the Ohio State and the Michigan fight song. And so, please rise, get your arms ready as we join together and close our service.
Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'Terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa V'Chef Socho,
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.